Welcome to Code of Empathy, a podcast where we explore the world of digital and physical interactions and how empathy can help us navigate it with understanding and kindness. Today, we are tackling a tough topic cyberbullying. It's a growing problem that can have devastating consequences for victims. Here with me is my good friend Akash. So let's say hi to Akash.
Hi, I'm Akash and I'm glad to be part of this podcast. And as he said, cyberbullying is the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. It can happen in any online space from social media to gaming platforms to chat rooms. The effects of cyberbullying can be far reaching. Victims may experience emotional distress, social isolation, and even physical harm. In some cases, cyberbullying has led to suicide.
It's important to remember that cyberbullying is never the victim's fault. It's always the bully's choice to engage in this harmful behavior. So, what can we do to stop cyberbullying? On this podcast, we'll discuss strategies for victims, bystanders, and parents. Will also share some personal opinions on this issue. We'll hope you join. We hope you'll join us for this important conversation. Together, we can make the online world a more empathetic and safe place for everyone. So, Arthur, why do you think cyberbullying is most prominent and why is it so important?
Cyberbullying casts a shadow over our increasingly interconnected world, finding a prominent place in technologically advanced societies where online interactions are part of our daily fabric. We are currently in a cyberbullying pandemic. Over 60% of children and 40% of adults have been targeted by cyberbullies, and that's a lot. And if you look at the trends, those numbers are likely to keep going up in the future. A generation ago, bullying was an exclusively in person activity, and its significance lies not just in statistics but in the real, often devastating impact on individuals, particularly adolescents. The online realm's cloak of anonymity further motivates perpetrators, making the emotional toll on victims just hit that much harder. Addressing cyberbullying is crucial for making a compassionate digital culture. We should recognize its far-reaching consequences not only on individual mental health but on the collective well-being of our interconnected society. It's a call to create a digital space that reflects the empathy and kindness we value offline. Well, Sherwin, please address this call.
Yes, so we must recognize the effects of cyberbullying. The effects of cyberbullying are profound and extend beyond the digital realm, impacting individuals emotionally, psychologically, and socially. Victims often experience heightened levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, and as a result of persistent online harassment. The anonymity afforded by the internet can intensify feelings of powerlessness, leading to a sense of isolation and vulnerability.
Cyberbullying can also make it difficult for victims to maintain friendships and relationships. They may feel excluded and alone, and they may avoid social activities altogether, which is not at all good for their development.
Yeah, and cyberbullying can also damage the victim's reputations and making it difficult for them to make new friends or find an employment. Potential employers or friends may search for information about their victims online and they may come across negative or hurtful comments or
And this make
posts.
it difficult for victims to move on from cyberbullying and to build positive relationships in the future.
Yeah, that's such a shame. And cyberbullying can also lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. Victims can feel constantly on edge, afraid of what others might say to them online. This constant state of anxiety can make it difficult to focus on schoolwork, hobbies, or other activities. It can also lead to physical symptoms such as racing heart, difficulty in breathing, and stomach
And
aches.
that's not it. Cyberbullying disrupts sleep patterns, leading to insomnia and fatigue, and this can also lead to like other health issues. Victims may find themselves lying in bed at night, replaying the events of the day, or worrying about what might happen tomorrow. This lack of sleep can make it difficult to concentrate in school, to participate in activities, and to cope with stress of cyberbullying, as Sherwin mentioned before.
Furthermore, cyberbullying can also lead to physical problems such as stomach aches and headaches, as I said before, and this stress can trigger the release of hormones that can cause digestive problems. It can also lead to muscle tension
The
and
stress of
headaches.
cyberbullying can weaken the immune system as well, making victims more susceptible to illness. This is because chronic stress can suppress the body's natural defenses against infection.
Yeah, that is a lot. People cannot even imagine the pain that would cause someone if they were cyberbullied. And more importantly, the cyberbullies have no idea what their victims can go through.
Yeah, and that is such a shame. Well, we're here to prevent all that pain and suffering by bringing this information to you. So you don't think that cyberbullying is funny. Did you know that 80% of teens say that others cyberbully because they think it is funny, according to a statistics report?
I wish that wasn't true, but it is.
Okay, okay, that is enough negativity for this podcast. Now let's continue discussing about how people can prevent cyberbullying.
Yeah, you're right. It can be split into three parts: creating a supportive environment, fostering a culture of respect, intervention, and support. And as I mentioned before, part one includes creating a supportive environment. The first step in this process is to encourage acceptance of differences and celebrate diversity. This ensures that it is okay to be different and they should embrace their diversity.
The second step is to develop and enforce comprehensive anti-bullying policies within schools and organizations, which can be done by family members or the victims themselves. One should clearly communicate consequences for bullying behavior to create a stand up for themselves.
Yeah. And workshops and training sessions for both educators and students to increase awareness about bullying is strongly recommended so that people can understand the negative effects of cyberbullying.
Hey, what if they show this episode of our podcast?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Go ahead, share it.
That is enough shameless plugging. One good idea includes establishing anonymous reporting systems for students to report incidents without fear of retaliation. This should be done while ensuring that students are aware of the reporting mechanisms and feel comfortable using them.
The workshops can should also include plans to educate parents on recognizing signs of bullying and provide resources for seeking external counseling when needed. Fostering partnerships with external counseling services is crucial as it can provide additional support. Counseling services, and both peer-based and professional, can offer a crucial emotional support, emphasizing a holistic approach to addressing the impact of bullying on individuals.
All of these strategies work together to create a safe environment for victims and ensure that they have proper access to all the resources while preventing further cyberbullying through means such as workshops and training sessions. Now, let's move on to part 2, which is cultivating a culture for respect. This part really involves teachers and school entities, which can play a huge role if practiced properly.
So the first step is to lead by example. Educators should be models that promote positive behavior, conflict resolution, and effective communication. This can be further improved if they implement regular observation and feedback sessions to reinforce positive modeling.
This not only applies to teachers but to administrators as well, where they can support creating a top down culture of respect through celebrating instances of exemplary behavior among staff. In conclusion, leadership and modeling play pivotal roles in shaping the overall culture, leading to fewer cases of cyberbullying, demonstrating the values of respect and kindness to both students and faculty.
The second step is to promote positive relationships. This can be done by teachers, community association, and among friend groups, where they can incorporate regular team building exercises and games to encourage positive interaction among adolescents. To further decrease cases of bias, group compositions can be rotated to promote inclusivity and prevent groups from forming. One good idea is peer meditation programs to encourage peer to peer conflict resolution.
I heard this could help in improving your overall physical health along with your mental health.
I call that a win win.
Yes, and the third step is to involve parents and guardians. Organize workshops for parents on recognizing and addressing bullying, as well as fostering positive behavior at home. This can prevent people from going online and spreading hate and instead be happy and spread the happiness from an early age.
They could also establish open lines of communication with teachers to address potential issues early on, sharing success stories and positive developments regularly so that they can strengthen the partnership between home and school. So, in conclusion, implementing these strategies can lay the foundation to being kind and compassionate at all times, directed towards adolescents, which can last a lifetime.
These strategies work not only for adolescents and teenagers, they can also help teachers and parents lead a positive life as well.
Finally, the last part, which is intervention and support. The first step is to ensure swift and fair responses. This can be done by developing clear protocols for investigating bullying incidents, ensuring a thorough and impartial process, implementing a range of responsive measures from counseling and education to disciplinary action based on the severity and nature of the
Another
incident.
good idea I had is establishing peer mentoring programs to pair older students with younger ones, creating a support system within the school community. It can be further improved by monitoring and assessing the effectiveness of mentorship relationships through regular check ins.
That is a good idea. These programs can be means to train students on how to safely intervene when they are witnessing bullying, emphasizing empathy and de-escalation techniques, as well as recognizing and rewarding positive bystander behavior to reinforce the importance of collective
If you are
responsibility.
really passionate about this topic, you could also extend anti-bullying efforts to the broader community by organizing workshops and seminars in collaboration with local organizations. Establish community partnerships to create a unified approach against bullying.
And if you want to, you can join us on an episode to discuss your matters and we can help you
Yeah, we would love
individually.
to have you here.
So, in conclusion, by focusing on these detailed strategies on throughout these parts and continuously adapting to the evolving dynamics within the school community, educators, and community members, we can collectively contribute to a safer, more responsible, and inclusive environment for all students.
Wow, that was a tough topic. Well, Sherwin, what do you think? Are you happy with how this is going?
Yeah, I think the audience is
Okay,
actually gonna
so
leave with a
thank you
great
for
message.
joining us
I
today
hope
on
so,
this
at
episode
least.
of Code of Empathy.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're hearing this. I hope you leave with a really good message and you follow these parts and these strategies. Uh, Please join us on the next one and see it then. Bye.